Ooh, hey guys, what's up? So, slightly different setting for this video, but that's because this is a new type of video. So back in like January, February, or sometime earlier this year, I did this video where it was a video where I had never seen the original Cloverfield, but I wanted to see 10 Cloverfield Lane. So I was like, hey, what if I watched the original Cloverfield and record like my before and after thoughts on what I thought of the movie. And the video kind of sucks. I just kind of started making videos again. I was switching to a new editing software using an older camera, and it just... you can watch it if you want. But that video got me thinking. I was like, I buy a lot of movies on a regular basis, but I haven't seen all the movies that I own. Some of them I just buy because I'm like, I heard this is a great movie, or my friend recommended it. So what this new segment's going to be, and we're going to call this segment Captain Ty's Movie Night. I'm sticking with that. What this is going to be is basically, I'm going to watch a movie that I've never seen before and just record my initial thoughts on it. And these aren't going to be like full-blown reviews because I'm sure like right after I turn off the camera, I'm going to think of like 10 other things that I forgot to mention. I might scribble down a couple notes here and there before I actually hit record on the video, but for the most part, it's just going to be like raw. This is what I thought of the movie. If you guys are a fan of Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic, they have a segment where Tamara Chambers watches like a new movie that she's never seen before. It's called Tamara's Never Seen. This is pretty much just going to be that, but for me. I probably won't go as in-depth on the movies afterwards. Like I won't break down the plot, but I'll just tell you guys like what I thought of it, my favorite parts, my least favorite parts. By the way, is this couch too bright? I feel like I'm blending into the couch with this gray shirt. I should get like a black bed sheet or something like that, or just something different. This is just like a really bright picture, I feel like. But anyway, so the first movie that I'm going to do this with is, well, I guess the first one was Cloverfield, but the first official one for Captain Ty's Movie Night is The Crow with Brandon Lee. Yeah, I've never actually seen The Crow. I've heard this is just like one of the coolest comic book movies, especially like pre-Dark Knight. Basically what I know about it is it's a revenge movie. Brandon Lee's in it. Brandon Lee died when they were filming it, and that kind of adds to the spookiness factor of it. That's about it. So I'm going to pop this movie in right now, and then once the movie's done, I'll record my initial thoughts about the movie. And if you guys have never seen The Crow, then pause this video, go watch The Crow. It's actually on Netflix, which then begs the question, why did I buy this? But I'm going to go on record right here. Physical discs are way better than anything digital can ever offer. Because what happens if your digital collection gets like deleted or erased somehow? And just, I don't know, I get paranoid with that kind of stuff. So physical discs, support your physical discs, guys. So that was a tangent, but without further ado, let's watch The Crow. Hey guys, location change. I'm kind of trying to figure out the kinks of like how I want to format these types of videos. This video is basically going to be like the test run of how I format these videos. So I was thinking if I want to actually talk about the video, I can just have the TV in the background with the menu. Although this has one of those really flashy menus. When the menu is just a still shot, that works a lot better. So I don't know. I might change it. I might just go back to the couch. Who knows? Hopefully this isn't too distracting. My God, that is really bright, isn't it? Anyways, The Crow. So... I loved this movie. I thought it was awesome. So let's talk about Brandon Lee for a second. Brandon Lee was the coolest part of this movie by far. He's got a little bit, oh, you saw him back there for a second. He's very Heath Ledger Joker-ish with a little bit, it almost reminded me of Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. Like kind of, but not really, because like Brandon Lee is a little more charismatic, but there's a couple of lines that he does deliver where he's really wooden. But I think that was the intent. Example, like when he's going through that pet shop or the pawn shop. It was a pawn shop, right? But he's walking out, that guy yells at him, and then Brandon Lee just turns around and goes, "Is that gasoline I smell?" It sounded exactly like Keanu Reeves. I was like, that's pretty funny. No! This movie came out, what, 93, 94? It definitely feels like a precursor to Blade and The Matrix. The whole 90s grunge leather genre, that should be a genre. They should call it, like, if you're on Netflix, just call it the 90s leather genre. That's a thing, right? Let's make that a thing. Oh, if you guys don't know what this movie's about, basically it's a revenge story. Brandon Lee and his wife, they were murdered the day before Halloween. And there's this old saying or thing or wherever, but like, if you die, then the crow carries you to the afterlife. But if the conditions of your death are severe enough, then the crow will resurrect you so that you can right the wrong. So a year later, the crow resurrects Brandon Lee so he can go after the thugs that raped and killed his wife. And some of those death scenes were awesome. You know, he only has to kill like 4 people. He kills a lot more than that in this movie, but it was epic. I thought it was so cool. It was like a Frank Miller movie. Did Frank Miller write The Crow? I actually don't know who wrote The Crow. Is The Crow Marvel, DC? Just looked it up. James O. Barr. Published by Caliber Comics. Okay, so it's not Marvel, DC, or Frank Miller, apparently. That main villain, what was his name? Top Dollar? Did he remind anyone else of James Franco? Like, have you guys seen pictures of that upcoming movie that James and Dave Franco are doing about The Room? He looks like James Franco when he's like in his Tommy Wiseau costume. And that guy was kind of cool. He had some weird lines too, but it's like, at the end of the movie, he had this like southern accent. Like, without giving too much away, obviously there's a fight between him and Brandon Lee at the end, and during the fight, he's all going off on this monologue. My daddy used to say, every man's got a devil. You don't rest until you find him. I mean, did he have a southern accent before that? Did I just tune out that accent until the end of the movie? I love this movie's style though, and the soundtrack. Good stuff. Overall, I mean, these videos aren't going to be like really in-depth reviews because I haven't really had time to collect my thoughts. The movie literally ended like 30 seconds before I hit film. So these are just like raw thoughts on what I think about the movie. I'm probably gonna watch The Crow again in October time because I thought this movie was awesome. And it's a pretty violent movie, but I like violent movies. They're so cool. Well, okay, violence if it's done well. And it's done well in The Crow. So I think that's gonna do it for this video. Check out The Crow if you have not seen it. But if you have seen The Crow, let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments. And thanks for watching this video. I've got a couple other movies in mind that I want to do a video like this for. Hopefully those happen soon. I'm not gonna promise anything, but I'm gonna say look for one within like the next month, along with the usual reviews. The Harry Potter reviews are gonna keep coming, and you know, regular movie reviews as well. So if you guys like this video, subscribe, check out some of my other stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.